come to you today to talk about my springathon TBR, but this is kind of like, because I don't know exactly where I'm gonna be during the actual springathon, I thought I would film this and sort of, it's like a potential list, and there's like sort of some books that are for one place and some for another. I've got way more for this place, but that's fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell you my potential books. I definitely tend much more heavily towards fiction, and I have included some non-fiction, but I think the majority of what I'm going to talk about is fiction today. I'll leave all the information about the readathon in the description, like the hosts and also the prompts and all sorts of stuff, but briefly the 4 prompts are activity, sustainability, diversity and connectivity, which is an interesting list of words. I'm going to start by telling you about 2 books that I think sort of will fit in. One of them less sure, but the other definitely. So because the main goal of the readathon is to read like one non-fiction piece of writing about nature in whatever capacity, and for that, and I'm not sure if I'll finish it, it's like a 2-week readathon, but I am going to start Hope Against Hope, Radical, I've forgotten the tagline, but it's by the Out of the Woods collective, which is like a collective of different people writing about disaster communism, the climate crisis, neoliberalism, critiques of the like environmental movement with a lot of like focus on racial and class justice. Yeah, so very excited to read that, and I think this is good. Like I really want to like read some of it, and I've been like itching to read it, so this is perfect. And then I have a fiction book as well for if I'm not here, and that's Terra Nullius by Claire G. Coleman, which is a dystopia book, I believe, or like a speculative book. It's been on my TBR for a while. It was published in Australia originally, and yeah, I think it will work. It might not work. I guess part of the reason I'm choosing it is just because the title has Earth in, but obviously Terra Nullius refers to like the policy that was adopted in Australia towards Aboriginal people to act like the land was empty, and you know, is yeah, a horrible form of white supremacy. So yeah, I mean, but I tried to sort of, because I'm interested in reading it, I've tried not to listen to much about the book, so I don't have a good synopsis for you. That's why I'm being all weird about it. For books here, I guess I'll start with my non-fiction here. This is like a little bit cheeky, but I gave this book, Hidden Nature by Alice Fowler, to my dad for Christmas, and he hasn't read it yet, but it's on his bookshelf, so I think I might read it. It's quite short, so it shouldn't take me that long. Oh, it's about like I'm pretty sure it's about Alice Fowler kind of realising she's queer and kayaking down Birmingham Canal Network and kind of reflecting on herself and her life and nature. Yeah, I would say this probably counts for activity. Yeah, I haven't like sort of properly assigned each prompt, but I do think I will cover a bunch of prompts if I read multiple of these books, but either way I'll cover maybe 1 or 2. And then I also have this book, Running for the Hills by Horatio Clare, which I want to reread. I read many years ago, maybe in 2012, and I loved it a lot. It's about Horatio Clare's family, and like his mum and dad, they buy a farm in Wales, and then it's kind of about them struggling to make that work, and it's about sheep and love and growing up, and there's a cute picture of him holding some hay as a baby. For non-fiction, I've got a book I mentioned recently, that's The Abyss Surrounds Us by Emily Skrutsky. I thought maybe this would count as like connectivity, because it seems that it will be a bit about like the relationship between the main character and this like, what was the word they actually used? It wasn't cephalopod, it was like cetoid or something. This like, you know, sea creature, genetically modified sea creature to protect ships and travel the ocean and maybe fight against pirates. So I thought that would be like fun. I've also got Blood in the Mist, which I have maybe put on the list because of the cover, but I am pretty sure I read some stuff about there being like fruit that people are eating, and like that's giving them like hallucinations and or making them want to go to the fairyland, but I might be completely wrong. But either way, I might get to this. I might not, because I don't know, this is like on my long-term 1920s TBR, so it would be nice to like read it, but I don't know, I feel like I need to be in the mood, but maybe I will by May, maybe, haha. I've also got Lagoon by Nnedi Okorafor, because I just felt like it also had kind of like springathon-y vibes. Again, maybe that's completely wrong, but I'm going by vibe here, not really by truth. But this is about like interactions between aliens and 3 different people, a marine biologist, a rapper and a troubled soldier in Lagos, Nigeria. And then I've got Lanny by Max Porter, because the thing is, I think I will like this probably more than I liked Grief is a Thing with Feathers, but I didn't really like Grief is a Thing with grief is a thing with feathers as much as like everybody acted like I would, or like acted like it was as good as, like they just all acted like it was incredible and like it was fine. It wasn't great. And like maybe the thing where like, you know, because people cried, I think is really good because like, oh, it was about grief and stuff. But anyway, I'm interested in this as well because this has like some experimental writing, like words literally writing off the page, and it's been on my TBR for a while. And one of my friends described this as like almost eco-feminist, which is sort of why I'm thinking that it will fit for this. I'm not entirely sure why it would, but I guess it's just about like a village and maybe different people speak from it, so including maybe some plants and things. I don't know. I actually forgot to say this is also Gossip from the Forest, The Tangled Roots of Our Forests and Fairy Tales by Sarah Maitland. That is on my potential list too, but it is also currently being evaluated as to whether it's going to stay in the second part of my try chapter tag. I am like more hesitant to read it than I previously was because I've actually seen Sophie at Red-Headed Reading, I want to say, speak about this book and how some of it was just factually incorrect, and I'll try to find like a link to where she's talking about it. But yeah, I don't know, so that put me off like a little bit. I don't think all of it was, but just some of it was, and I don't think I would have the knowledge to know when or what is wrong whilst reading this. But yeah, I don't know, it is still a possibility. Like it's a nice idea, and obviously, I mean, especially from the cover, it feels like very much connectivity would be a big word for this. So anyway, just needed to add that in because I forgot. So those are some possibilities. I would say priorities wise, hard to say. The two books that I mentioned in the other place, those obviously would be my priority. Here I would maybe prioritize these four, but it kind of depends. I might read The Abyss Surrounds Us before it starts because I got time. Or, so then maybe these four? Not sure. Or yeah, I mean, it probably would be more accurate to just pick two of this pile because like, and also because one of them would be non-fiction, it's obviously harder for me to read. But I'm being optimistic. Yeah, like let me know if you're planning to join in with Springathon. I would love to know, and I'd love to know if you have like a TBR or if you have read or would like to read any of these books either for Springathon or just generally, and or if you think none of them fit at all. Yeah, I hope you have a great day when you're watching this, and I will see you when I next see you. Bye!